Good morning, my dear students. We will discuss some more problems meant for JEE or for any competitive examination for that matter. So the first question goes like this. Find the domain of, just see here, find the domain of y is equal to f of x is equal to sine inverse 2x plus 1. Just see here, I already told you in one of the videos, in any function y is equal to f of x, what are all the possible values x can take is called its domain. What are all the possible values y or f of x takes is known as its range. Therefore, now y is equal to sine inverse 2x plus 1, which will imply you sine y is equal to 2x plus 1. You know very well the maximum value taken by any sine curve is 1, minimum value taken by any sine curve is minus 1. Therefore, here I mean to say minus 1 less than or equal to 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 1. Let me just subtract 1. Minus 1 minus 2 subtract 1 throughout. 2x less than or equal to 0, which will automatically imply you minus 2 less than or equal to 2x less than or equal to 0, which implies minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 0. Therefore, domain happens to be automatically closed interval minus 1 comma 0. Let me just explain once again. Y equal to sine inverse 2x plus 1. Taking sine inverse to the other side, it becomes sine y is equal to 2x plus 1. The maximum value taken by any sine curve is 1. Minimum value taken by sine curve is minus 1. Now, minus 1 less than or equal to 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 1. Subtract 1 throughout. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. 1 minus 1 becomes 0. 2x plus 1 minus 1 becomes 2x. Divide throughout by 2. Minus 2 by 2 becomes minus 1. 0 by 2 becomes 0. Therefore, these are the values taken by x. Therefore, domain happens to be the closed interval minus 1 comma 0. Let me think of another example. Okay, let me think of another problem. Okay, let me think of another problem. Find the domain of y is equal to f of x equal to cos inverse of x square minus 1. Now y is equal to cos inverse of x square minus 1 will imply you cos y is equal to x square minus 1. You know very well the maximum value taken by cosine curve is 1. Minimum value taken by cosine curve is minus 1, which will imply you minus 1 less than or equal to x square minus 1 less than or equal to 1. Let me add 1 throughout. Minus 1 plus 1 less than or equal to x square less than or equal to 1 plus 1, which implies 0 less than or equal to x square less than or equal to 2, which implies 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to root 2. Take square root on either side, implies domain happens to be closed interval 0 comma root 2. Closed interval 0 comma root 2. Let me just explain once again here. Y equal to cos inverse x square minus 1. Taking cos inverse to the other side, cos y is x square minus 1. You know very well the maximum value taken by any cosine curve is 1, minimum value is minus 1, similar to sine. Now for minus 1 less than or equal to cos y less than or equal to 1. Minus 1 less than or equal to x square minus 1 less than or equal to 1. To take away this minus 1, I have to add 1 throughout. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. X square minus 1 plus 1 becomes x square. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to x square less than or equal to 2. Take square root throughout. 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to root 2. Therefore, domain happens to be automatically closed interval 0 comma root 2. Closed interval 0 comma root 2. I hope it is easier for you to follow. It's not at all difficult. Let me explain another problem. Finding range of a function. How to go about the range of a particular function. Just see here how we go about it. It's not at all difficult. Every other problem is easier if you understand the concept behind each and every problem. As I already told you, if it is in terms of MCQ, you do as a rough work and put a tick mark quickly. Wherever I have given you an easier method, shortcut method, apply that method. And if it is an explanatory method question, do the way which is being done over here. Okay, just here find. Next sum goes like this. Find the range of y is equal to f of x is equal to 2 sine inverse x plus 3 pi by 2. I already told you just now when I was doing the earlier problem. The possible values y can take in a function y is equal to f of x is known as its range. The possible values x can take in a function y is equal to f of x is known as the domain. Just listen carefully how we go about it. Okay, just listen carefully. Answer: y is 2 sine x, sine inverse x, plus 3 pi by 2, which implies y minus 3 pi by 2 is equal to 2 sine inverse x, which implies y minus 3 pi by 2 by 2 is equal to sine inverse x, which implies, you mean to say, sine of y minus 3 pi by 2 by 2 is equal to x. You know very well, whatever may be the degree measure given over here, radian measure given over here, maximum value taken by any sine curve is 1. Minimum value is always plus 1. Minimum value is minus 1, minimum value is minus 1, maximum value is plus 1. Y minus 3 pi by 2 less than or equal to 1. Minus 1 less than or equal to this much. Therefore, minus pi by 2 less than or equal to y minus 3 pi by 2 by 2 less than or equal to pi by 2. Sine inverse 1 is nothing but pi by 2. Sine inverse minus 1 is minus pi by 2. Therefore, multiply throughout by 2. I end up with minus pi less than or equal to y minus 3 pi by 2 less than or equal to pi. I am multiplying throughout by 2, which will imply you minus pi plus 3 pi by 2 less than or equal to y less than or equal to pi plus 3 pi by 2. Take LCM, I mean to say minus 2 pi plus 3 pi is pi by 2 less than or equal to y less than or equal to, here it is pi by 2. Therefore, automatically these are the values y can take. Therefore, range happens to be automatically here. It will be closed interval 5 pi by 2 comma, pi by 2 comma 5 pi by 2. Pi by 2 comma 5 pi by 2. Let me just repeat the whole process. Y equal to 2 sine inverse x plus 3 pi by 2 is the question given to you. Y minus 3 pi by 2 is 2 sine inverse x. Y minus 3 pi by 2 is sine inverse x. Sine of y minus 3 pi by 2 by 2 is x. The maximum value taken by any sine curve is 1, minimum value is minus 1. Minus 1 less than or equal to sine of y minus 3 pi by 2 by 2 less than or equal to 1. Taking sine inverse throughout, sine inverse minus 1 is principal value is minus pi by 2. Sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. Here sine inverse sine quantity will be as it is. Multiply 2 throughout. Minus pi by 2 into 2 becomes minus pi. Pi by 2 into 2 becomes pi. Here 2 gets cancelled. Add 3 pi by 2 throughout. Minus pi plus 3 pi by 2 becomes pi by 2. Minus 2 pi plus 3 pi is pi. And 2 pi plus 3 pi is pi pi. This becomes pi by 2, this becomes 5 pi by 2. Here 3 pi by 2 gets cancelled. So these are the possible values y can take. Therefore, range happens to be automatically closed interval pi by 2 comma 5 pi by 2. That is the final answer. That is the final answer. Anyway, I'll try to check the answers as usual and I'll upload the video accordingly. Thank you students for patient watching, and go through the videos, and if you feel that the sums are really very useful, share with your friends and relatives, those who are appearing for any competitive examination, and tell them to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and bell icon and watch. Subscription has no charges. Thank you students for patient watching.